Hey guys! So here's my story of the week. This story is about a special moment, the moment I refer to as the calling or my calling. So it happened when I was 6 years old, and it was on the first day of kindergarten. And I think what you need to know, but I don't really know how to say this the right way, is I was extremely scared of everything that was new. And I was brought up to believe that everything outside our house, our home, our family was potential danger, and that I shouldn't trust anyone. And as a consequence, I was so afraid of everything. And so what happened was, on the first day of kindergarten, the kindergarten teacher called up my mom in the morning, and she said, "You gotta come and pick your daughter up, because this is not working." She said that I was crying all morning, non-stop. I didn't stop crying, and they didn't know what to do. So they called my mom to say, "You gotta pick her up." My mom was working, so she couldn't. So my grandmother had to come pick me up. But then when she arrived, and that's how I know about all of this, the kindergarten teacher came outside and said, "You can go home. It's all good now. Everything's perfectly fine." And so my grandma wanted to know, so what happened? She wanted an explanation. So the kindergarten teacher said, "I was so upset all morning, crying all the time, so sad. I didn't play with anyone else. They didn't know what to do. They talked to me, tried everything they could, but nothing worked. Until the moment when my kindergarten teacher took her guitar and she started to play the first chord." And she said that from that moment on, everything changed. And I was this 6-year-old little girl in awe, listening to the guitar. And they said I was like hypnotized, and just, staring at this instrument and listening. And it was such a special moment. And she said that everything changed, and I was like a different girl sitting there, and joyful and full of energy and happy. And so I'm really, really glad that my grandma told me this story, and I'll tell you why. There are 2 reasons. First of all, don't ever be afraid to go out into the world, because there are so many beautiful people out there and so many magical things happening. And I still hear these voices from time to time saying, "Oh, be careful," and all of that, but I don't listen to that anymore. And I've experienced so many wonderful things, and I hope you guys do the same. And the other reason, the main reason why I love that story, is that I believe that we all have these moments when we're little, when we're kids. All of you had a moment like that. The moment when we're drawn to something, when as children, when we see or hear or do something, like, it doesn't matter what it is, if it's drawing, if it's hammer onto something, I don't know, but I think that every child has this moment, this calling, like when something's calling out to you. And so we might get lost along the way, we might not pay our attention to this, and but I do believe that this is the main thing. You have to listen to that calling, and if you don't, and I didn't listen to it for a while, and it was the saddest period of my life. I think we all cannot get really happy if we don't listen to that voice, to that calling, to that thing that you're drawn to, whatever it is. And so that's why I wanted to share this story with you. And I hope you liked it. I hope it was not too serious, but yeah, I just, whenever I doubt myself, I think back to that moment, and I think that was the thing that really moved me, and that's so deep in my heart. It's music. It's these amazing instruments and everything about it. So I hope you guys know what your calling is and that you follow it. And yeah, have a wonderful week, and we'll tell you the next story next Tuesday at 6 p.m. and lots of love. Bye bye.